So that's our radishes popping up there in this new little bed. So that's good to see. I guess now we need to protect them before they get devastated by some critters of some sort. But anyway, it's just past 6 PM on Sunday, the 7th of September. And my weekend is one of autumnal melancholy. I have just not been into it. So this is our first real foray out of the house for the whole weekend. Because we thought we'd better come and just check things at the very least. And harvest anything that's in need of harvesting, and maybe pick out the odd side shoot, like that critter there. Yeah, so that's all we're doing. Just a casual little harvesting, having a look around at things and seeing what has been dug up or variously suffered at the hands of some critter somewhere. It's a little windy, it's overcast, there's supposed to be a lunar eclipse going on somewhere, but I don't think we're going to be seeing any of that, are we? So yeah, sorry about the wind background. The quinces are yellowing up, which is good to see. They're quite small, and they're probably going to stay quite small. But that's okay, because you don't need big quinces to make things like quince jelly. I was thinking of potentially trying a quince and pear chutney. Oh, the door's closed on the greenhouse, of course. Mainly popping over here to get out of the wind, which I don't mind, but it's not great for the microphone, is it? But yeah, things are bumbling along. We are bumbling along. Lots of just general bumbling going on. I've got to do some seed planting really, and think about my winter sowing, or winter growing, autumn sowings for winter growings, and yeah, try and pull myself together and be a bit more productive. I think the shorter days are getting to me. The end of summer, technically. Though it has been quite a warm day, we've not really made any good use of it. Anyway, I shall crack on with a bit of harvesting, and Cat can come out from wherever she's hiding to harvest with me. Okay, on with the show. Well, this long boy of a Waltham butternut is starting to colour up nicely. Pair of Felco 2s on top there for scale. Never quite sure when it's time to take these off their vines. That stem looks pretty green and robust still, so I think we leave it for now. Obviously there's a couple here. They're looking, I don't know if the words are lignified, but they're looking quite crusty and hoary around the stem there, so they might be time to come off. Those little green ones are Burgess buttercups, and the orange is the classic Uchi-Kikuri. And then over on the far side of the bed I've got a nice big Queensland blue next to another Uchi-Kikuri. No, sorry, that's a Burgess buttercup. I always get these names mixed up in my head. And then we've got a couple more of these Waltham butternuts here. Again, stems are very green. They don't have quite as deep a colour as the other one. They're also not quite as big. If I grab my Felco 2s, you can see that there's a bit of a size difference. That was the first plant over there that was really massive, and then these two, I didn't actually even think these would survive, but they've formed up quite nicely. So we've got 3 butternuts off that plant. There was one of each plant in here. There was a Queensland blue, an Uchi-Kikuri, a Burgess buttercup, and the Waltham butternut. It's the Burgess buttercup and the Waltham butternut I constantly get confused. Hopefully the wind's not too buffety on the microphone out here. Bit of a harvest shot. So this is our polytunnel tray. I've just harvested tomatoes, some long skinny green eggplants, and the last decent sized melon. There's a couple of other smaller melons in there that'll hopefully ripen up too. The Vesuvianos are looking really good. It's just a pity that if you look at them from one angle, they're not so good because they've got the end rot. And there's some end rot hiding under those decolgars over there. We've got some cracking happening on the quinces, which we've had before. Bigger fruit last year with cracks, smaller fruit this year, still with cracks. We'll see. I think when it's been dry and then it rains a lot, that might be causing some of that maybe. Picked one uchikikuri with that well lignified looking stem. Another pile of the zucchinis as always, and another jar's worth of pickles at least, though some of them are more what I would consider mini cucumber size. It's probably not really worth pickling them when they're that big, because they're quite, I don't know, seedy in the middle. But anyway, yeah, that's our harvest today. Don't know if we'll harvest much more. There are some beans hiding in my very collapso bean frame here. I did my best to make it more stable last time we were here, but it has not lasted. We definitely need to build a more permanent beam frame structure that's going to last a bit longer and can handle a wind whilst covered in beans. And these aren't even very covered in beans. Our bean crop this year is pretty average. But yeah, done a bit of watering, watered the polytunnel and the greenhouse, watered this little bed down here with its newly popped up little radishes. Sun is on the horizon behind that hedge there, and I think that's us pretty much done for this little trip today. Going to pack up, get the doors closed where needed. The IBC back there is filling from the hose at the moment, which we'll turn off as soon as we go. As you can see, there's less colour in the tomatoes now that I've harvested all those fruit. Done a little bit of side shooting and training up the top. A lot of things are training along now, those that have reached the top. But yeah, things are winding down. It's got that autumn feeling. We've got a lot of fruit here, and I'm just hoping we get a good enough level of warmth and light in this autumn to ripen up all these chunky tomatoes we've got higher up these vines. Otherwise I'll be talking about a lot of fried green tomato. And I don't even need to make more green tomato chutney because we've still got plenty of last year's yet left. Oh, there's that wind buffeting us away. Anyway, that'll do. Might be a bit of a short video this week. We will see what Wednesday brings. I'm just going to harvest a few ripe looking chilies. We've got one red Kashmiri Mirch from this plant today. Mostly still all green, as you can see. A bit of colour happening over there on that one. And there's patches of colour in the greenhouse, but we still have quite a lot of green fruit in there as well. And I guess we just hope we see some ripening happening. These yucky blues are really nice. I should probably take, that's the oldest fruit down there. It's supposed to ripen up to a redder colour, I thought, but it's just been there purple. Oh no, it has just been there, that same purple, for, well, weeks now, I guess. You can see some orange tripping over the lintel thing, the doorstep. See some orange RG mangoes down there. These are supposed to be sugar rush stripies, but oh, there's a bit of stripiness happening. You can see some stripes on that one there. I think this was supposed to be my tangerine tiger, which is also supposed to be stripy, but it's not looking very stripy, is it? I've forgotten what this nicely ripening up red one here is, but there's some good looking fruit. I have to look up what that is. As always, I don't remember what things are for the most part. I've got a reference somewhere to remind me what everything is. And the plants are getting a bit over the top down here. These pubescens, the rocotos here, and there's another one here with these nice little purple flowers, I tend to need longer season, I think. Like our super hots, where we do have some super hot fruits happening. So hopefully we just see some ripening. That's the naga on the left there, I think, and I have seen some little, can you see that there? I'm going to jump through the jungle here, see if I can get you closer to that little, where's it gone? See that down there? The leaf in the way, there we go. See that little scorpion tail on that little roundish lumpy fruit? That is a 7-pot primo. So that's pretty cool to see. Hopefully there's enough time for at least that one 7-pot primo to ripen. We shall see. We'll definitely have to have a bit of a roundup of the chilies at some point and see what we end up with. Hopefully more than just a few red ones. There's some nicely ripened CC piri piris in the other tunnel, in the polytunnel, and it's probably about time I could be getting another set of jars of jalapenos. Got a ripening jalapeno down there, and that whole branch is leaning down on the ground because of the weight of those fruit. Okay, right. I think I said I was going a couple of times. Let's go. That'll do for today. Well, it is just before 7 PM on Thursday the 11th of September. We didn't get down here on the Wednesday as we usually try to do because I was having new tyres put on one of my cars, and thus this week is a bit slow in the progress. It's going to be quite a short video this week, I think. I can't remember what I did on the weekend, but it wasn't much. You can see here there's some pretty bad probably caterpillar damage on those leaves of this Cavolo Nero, something like that, in the middle here. The other ones haven't got quite as bad damage on them. Need to get in there, not today, and have a look at that. It's been quite windy lately. The weather's been a bit wild. You can see we've got about 1, 2, 3, 4 pears on the ground here, but it's okay. There's still plenty on the tree. And we've had our first windfall on the other tree, which has really been keeping hold of its pears, plus it's much more sheltered between the greenhouse and the polytunnel there, obviously, than this one, which is out exposed. I actually popped down here on my way home because I'm picking up some coriander, and that's some of our best looking coriander we've grown in a while. It definitely prefers this end of the year. Growing it in summer's a bit of a losing battle really these days. Yeah, you can see these potatoes are dying back pretty much. We should be harvesting all of them soon. The ones we harvested the other day, which I think was in the last video, our first potato harvest, were really good. Quite floury, good mashed potato. Kind of fell apart a bit when Kat tried to make chips out of them. Got our radishes here. They've all popped up. A little bit ravished by some bugs or possibly pigeons. No protection on them at the moment. A bit of other stuff going on over there. The bean frame that I re-supported and put back up is now once again a little bit jaunty. But oh well. I swear these pears are still growing. I reckon that one's bigger. That's now the biggest pear on the plant, I reckon. It's getting a little bit of a coloured blush to it. So I've been eating pears. Kat and I have been eating pears. And I think I've eaten more pears in the last couple of weeks than I have in the last 10 years, probably. But I'm not hating it. I'm enjoying my pear feasts. Not really a feast, but yes, I'm enjoying the pears. Some tomatoes. I was thinking of harvesting some tomatoes whilst I'm here. But one thing we don't keep on the plot is any sort of secateurs or scissors even. So I'm not quite sure if I will be harvesting because I prefer to nip them off with something if I can. I was noticing from afar we've got a nice crop of, where are they? Oh, they're over here. There they are, down there. Nice crop of green eggplants down there. A couple of nice long capsicums or peppers, if you will. Yeah, some chilies ripening up here, which is nice to see. I can't remember what that variety there is. It's not the RG. It's not the orange drop. I think it's the other thing. What's it called? Oh, I might remember in a moment. And look at this tomato. That is ridiculous. Wow, like probably half a kilo of tomato there, if not more. Hopefully it ripens. We have quite a big selection of large fruits forming in here. Look at them over there too. And we just have to hope we get enough ripening time for them, I guess. There's probably some side shooting I should do too, but it's a bit hard without some sort of nipper. But yes, just a quick trip. The quinces are getting a little bigger, I think, and turning yellow. I already mentioned them in the previous video too, I think. There's not a lot new to talk about, really. How are we going in the chili house? Yeah, I'm pretty sure the chili plants just keep getting bigger. I would rather they just set more fruit and ripened, but oh well. It is what it is. Look at this. This plant's all the way up here. It's ridiculous. But lots of green fruit on it. I think that's the orange drop. But yes, things are happening. See some nicer red chilies in there, and we're just going to hope that some of these super hots. Oh, we've got super hots. Oh yeah. So these are possibly just plain Nagamoriches, I think. I say just plain, but Nagamorich is like one of the world's best chilies, so I'm not complaining about that. They're just not like the fancy varieties, like the one next to it, which is the 7-pot Primo with its little tail on it. I think there's probably just been a video about that from the Sunday footage I took. But yeah, not much else happening in here. The late planted potatoes in these two beds seem to be going pretty well, so I think we'll get some potatoes off them. Various coloured potatoes, I think. I think we've got some pinks and some reds in there. But yes. Anyway, I'm going to do my harvesting and wrap up, and that will be the end of postcard 37. Well, we'll see what happens. Hopefully this weekend, for postcard 38, I'll get a bit more done. Fingers crossed. I will pull my finger out as such, and then I would like to hope that yeah, we'll see what happens. Actually, the weekend after, which would be the postcard 38 weekend, I'm up in Manchester for PyCon, going to a software conference. So yeah, the one after the next might be a bit sparse as well. So hopefully this one can make up. No, sorry. Hopefully next one, 38, can make up for it. 37 is this week, which is going to be really short. And then 39 is PyCon week, probably another short one. But anyway, I'm just waffling as usual. Waffle. Yeah, we've got all kinds of good stuff going on. We've got some ripening up capsicums down there. Long skinny ones. Oh yeah, there's a red one. Okay, right. I am going to knock off and pick fruit. Maybe do a last little video as I have my little harvest. Okay. There's a bag of tomatoes, probably a couple of kilo in there. A few chilies. These are the Kashmiri Mirch here. A couple of green ones and a red one. We're having chili tonight in the beef. Well, actually venison chili. Venison and bean sort of chili. And we make a little tomato salad. I like to put a little bit of chili into that, as well as a bit of shallot. And then this is the star of the show, actual luxury of fresh, tasty coriander. I almost called it rocket there. Coriander. But yeah, so that's our coriander, chili, and tomato salad with chili on some basmati rice will be dinner. And that's us done. And by say us, and I just mean me. Just me today. But yeah, look at that. No sunset photo today. We're ending with the grey clouds.